I know, I'm back. I'm back. It's been a while. But I'm here to stay. I am so excited to be back, and it's one of the reasons why I'm smiling so much. I have not made a video on here for the past 2 to 3 months, and it was making me really sad. But I'm going to explain why in a second. But welcome again to my channel. This is Nyla, and thank you for clicking on this video and for watching. I wanted to make this video to talk about my experience on working too hard. So I decided to get another job about 2 to 3 months ago because I wanted to start saving up money. And I decided to get it. It was a whatever job. I'm not gonna mention where I started working. For me, it was like whatever. So anyway, I got hired and I started working there. And in the beginning, it felt all right. It worked with my other job schedule. So with the first 2 weeks, it was okay. I was excited. I was pumped. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna start making money. In this other job, I started getting tips. And for a cool minute, I felt like a stripper because I had dollar bills and I had $5 bills, and it was pretty cool. But by the third week, I started to really feel it. I started to really feel myself getting tired. My first job requires me to use my body a lot, and it's very taxing mentally and emotionally. It's not a job for everybody. It's very fast-paced. It is a fast food working job, and they do require you to always be on the move and always to be working. You're always on your feet. And going from this environment to another environment, which is also involving in the food industry, it did require me to also be on my feet a lot. It was not as stressful as the first job, as my original job is, but it did require me to be on my toes, to always be alert, and this eventually wired me down pretty quickly, and I started to realize it and I started to notice it. By the third week, I wanted out. I did not want the second job, but in my head I thought, well, I just got this job. I can't just leave it like that. So I decided to push it through, and I did not have time for anything. The time that I did have, I was exhausted. I was sleeping. I stopped going to the gym. I stopped reading. I stopped playing my guitar. I stopped doing the things that I really like to do, and this wired me down a lot, to the point that my body started showing the signs. TMI, I am a very regular person with my monthly cycle. Here or there, some days off, but there was a point where I was about 2 weeks late with my period, and I was getting frustrated. I didn't know why was this happening, and I started to get worried. And then I realized that my body was getting stressed, and this was my body's way of reacting towards it. Not only that, I started to get anxious. I would wake up in the morning knowing that I had 2 jobs to get through the day, and that just made me very sad, very anxious, and not looking forward to going about my day. And a typical day with the 2 jobs would be for me to wake up. I would open on my first job, and then I would come home. Sometimes I had an hour and a half, sometimes an hour to get ready. If I was lucky and if I got out early from my first job, I would take like a quick 15-30 minute nap, and I would wake up from the nap, have something really quick to eat, take a shower, get ready, and then go to my second job, and then close on the second job. And it was like this 3 to 4 times out of the week. I originally had planned to stay with this second job for at least 6 months and a year. I knew that I didn't want to do this for a long period of time. That was not in my original plan, but I did not know that I was going to burn out that quickly. I thought that I was a chingona. I thought that I could take care of things because I'm a very strong-minded person, and if I have something in mind, I do whatever it takes to achieve it. But this, I could not do this. I was a very strong slap in my face, and I realized that I had to get out. It made me realize, and it made me think about how other people can just easily just work 2 jobs for years. One of the main reasons why I wanted to do this video is because I met someone at my other job, an older man. Out of my whole coworkers at my second job, this older man, 40-something-year-old man, was the one that I connected with the most. Because I would come into work, into my second job, and I would come exhausted and I would look tired, and he would notice it. And he would ask me, oh, like, what's wrong? Like, you look very tired. And I was like, yeah, like, I just came from my other job. It's very tiring, you know, having 2 jobs. And then he mentioned to me that he also has 2 jobs, and that he has had 2 jobs for I don't know how many years. Start one job and then go to the next, almost a whole week. And I asked him how long he has been doing this for, and he's told me like a couple of years now, like 15 years. I don't know how many years, because he has family to take care of. I could not understand how people could do this, put themselves through this situation for a long period of time. I wanted to quit already by the 3rd week, and this man right here in front of me, 40-something-year-old guy, had been doing this for years now. Well, maybe because I didn't really understand. I don't have a family to take care of. I don't have kids, and he did have kids, and maybe it's different for him. I started asking him, like, how can you do this? Like, I'm already tired. Like, I don't even have a year doing this. I only have like a month or so doing this. How can you do this? And then he's like, well, I just do it. I just wake up in the morning, go to my first job, and then go to my second job, and I just keep doing that. And it was just so shocking to me. And I asked him, I was like, you're not tired? Do you ever feel tired? And he's like, yeah, I'm tired, but what can I do? I have a family to take care of. And I was like, yeah, you're right, but do you ever take time? Like, have you ever taken a vacation? And he said no. That's the moment that I realized that my time was precious, and that me putting myself through this situation that was clearly not making me happy, that was purely just for the money, that it was not worth it. I had been feeling it already physically, that it was not good for me, that it was affecting me in negative ways. I started not feeling like myself. And that's when I realized that I had to quit my other job. Just seeing it from my own point of view, working that hard led me to, in just a short period of time, like in a month or 2, it just changed me completely. I changed into this person that I didn't really recognize anymore. I was sad. I was not tired. I was exhausted. Like, when I tell you that I was exhausted, I was exhausted. In my first job, I have like, sometimes I would have a 30-minute break. And in that 30-minute break, I would go in the locker room that I have at my first job, and I would literally fall asleep. I would just, if I would close my eyes for a good 5 seconds, I could easily fall asleep. That's how tired I was. And obviously I started to not post on here anymore. And maybe you could say, well, yeah, like, you had a little bit of time. And I did. I had 2 days out of the whole week to myself. But the only thing that I wanted to do was just sleep. And I didn't have time for anything. And when those 2 days were over, next thing I knew, it was back to the grind. If you are one of those people that works hard, that works a lot, my props to you. I don't know how you are able to sustain doing that, to be able to put yourself through that mental and physical exhaustion for such a long period of time. Eventually, I quit my other job, and that's why I'm here right now making a video. I'm so happy that I left my other job, because now I have time to do these things and do what I like to do, which is YouTube, and go back to the gym, and go back to reading and doing the things that I like. And it just made me see how precious my time can be. To me, working hard is not worth it. There's no reason to. I really don't think that the human being is supposed to work that hard. Work hard to the point that you don't have time for anything. It's not healthy, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. It's not, I don't think it's the way that it's supposed to. It feels wrong, and I don't think it's the way that things are supposed to be. Now that I have more time in my hands, I will be uploading more on this channel, because it makes me happy, and at the moment is what I want to do. If you are one of those people that have 2 jobs, I know that there's people out there that have 3 jobs. Please put down in the comments what you do to keep yourself sane. Do you have time for yourself? Are you used to it? Money is not worth your happiness, and money is not worth anything, really. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. It will help me a lot with algorithm thing, and commenting really does help out too. You don't have to if you don't want to. You do you, boo. But you will be helping homegirl out. So, well, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.